Greenville Crusaders. At second base, number 1, Shayna Finley. At center field, number 5, Grace DeBoer. At third base, number 25, Megan Johnson. At right field, number 17, Kate Lee. At catcher, number 4, Caitlin Wagers. At first base, number 13, Morgan Herlong. At shortstop, number 6, Kelsey Rivers. The designated player is number 16, Morgan Roach. At left field, number 11, Brooke Wade. And playing in the plate set pitcher is number 15, Brooklyn Fort. Your Crusaders are coached by Sarah Hall. She's assisted by assistant coaches Shelly Robinson and Tori Friedman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise for the invocation and remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for another day of life. We pray that you keep this contest injury-free for both teams, and we ask that these athletes would use their abilities and talents that you've given them to play for your glory. In your name I pray. Amen. Greenville University encourages and promotes good sportsmanship from student athletes, coaches, and spectators. It is our request that you support the officials and participants in this contest in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other derogatory actions directed at student athletes, coaches, officials, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from J. McDonald softball field. In addition, tobacco products and or alcoholic beverages are not permitted anywhere on campus. Thank you for your cooperation, and we hope you enjoy today's matchup.
And with that, welcome to Jan McDonald Field here in Tigerville, South Carolina, for today's contest between the North Greenville Crusaders against the Mount Olive Trojans, Conference Carolina's opponent. Alan Cahaley alongside Dustin Klotz. And as you see on the screen, Mount Olive comes in 12-20 overall with a 2-2 conference record. North Greenville 16-12 with a 2-0 conference record. They played at Emmanuel earlier in the season and won both of those.
Just a little happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody out there. Hope you're wearing green. Nobody gets pinched today.
Hopefully not. Batting first for the Trojans. Having a few audio difficulties. All right, there we go. Batting first for the Trojans will be third baseman Charlene Thompson, number 13. Pitching for the Crusaders is number 15, Brooklyn Fort. First pitch, a swing and miss for strike one.
It's a good way to start off a ball game with a strike right there.
Oh, 1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike two. Good start for Fort. The infield for the Crusaders, Morgan Herlong at first, Shayna Finley at second, Kelsey Rivers at shortstop, and Megan Johnson at third. And there is a third swing and miss for strike 3.
You know, this is something to add, Alan. UMO actually got a perfect game thrown against them yesterday. That's a mindset they got to come out of. They got to come out here, hey, we got to hit this game. That's just a tough way to start off another day, is looking back and getting thrown not only a no-no, but a perfect game last night. So they got to come out of that.
Batting second for the Trojans, as that one's a ball outside, is number 7, the left fielder Kelly Huffman. 2 lefties to start off the lineup for this Mount Olive team. Called strike to make the count 1-1. Huffman comes in with a .278 average, 10 hits and 36 at bats. Swing and miss, 1-2.
Trying to do one of those famous softball slap hits right there, just a little unsuccessful.
1-2 pitch, fouled down the third base line.
Speaking of lefties, it looks like we have another one right there in the on-deck circle, so might be a favorite of the left-handed batter's box on this this game today for Mount Olive.
Another 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3.
Now for bat for the Trojans, number 5, Kayla Allen.
Center fielder number 5, Kayla Allen, batting third for the Trojans. Called strike. North Greenville center fielder Grace DeBoer shifted to the right just a little bit. So North Greenville's certainly done their homework, as that one is way low for a ball. Kayla Allen comes in 26 hits and 64 at bats for a .406 batting average, and that does lead the team.
That's impressive right there.
Swing and a miss. Count now 1-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the first. She also has 8 doubles, a triple, and a home run, 12 RBIs, and even 5 stolen bases. Good all-around player. That one just outside. Count now even at 2-2. Swinging a line drive right to Megan Johnson for out number 3.
What a snag right there.
So the Trojans go 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. We head to the bottom. And batting first for the Crusaders will be the current NCAA Division II leader in home runs, the second baseman, Shayna Finley. She has been an absolute star this season, and she has shown no signs of slowing down anytime soon.
No, she's doubtably one of the hottest hitters right now in all of Division II softball right now. I mean, she's just, every time she comes up to the plate, she's just got a mentality nobody can throw it past me, and she's just ripping them right now.
And even the hits that result in outs have been crushed. I mean if we were still at the old softball field, she would probably have at least 5 more home runs.
Oh, you're exactly right. I mean, she's hitting the ball like it's supposed to be hit. She's playing pepper with it every time she comes to the bat.
Yeah, there was definitely one against it was the Lander series, and we're stationed out here in right center field, and it came probably within about, I would say, maybe 5 feet of clearing the fence. It would have hit our table right here, so probably a good thing we weren't broadcasting that day because of rain. But yeah, just absolutely crushing the ball, and like we said, she does lead Division II in Division II softball in home runs with 11. She also has 24 RBIs, which also leads the team.
And let's not forget that that's the new school record. So anything that she puts on here, I mean, that's for girls in the future to break. So also having her lead off like that, I mean, you never know when she's going to strike one to go out, and that's a good way to start the lineup, you know, get everybody else juiced up for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it is interesting that Sarah Hall has elected not to move her down to maybe get some more RBI opportunities, but I guess she figures, you know, why break it if it, or excuse me, why fix it if it isn't broken?
That's true. Just leave it the way it's working right now, guys.
So here she is, number 1, Shayna Finley. First pitch is low and inside for a ball.
They definitely did their homework on it. They're trying to keep it low.
Yeah, she has good opposite field power too. That one inside as well, but doesn't quite catch the plate, 2-0.
She's not like a normal power hitter that comes up there and she's either going to hit a home run or strike out. I mean, she'll sling it around. She's not going to strike out very much.
3-0 now. And you wonder if she'll get the green light here or not. But yeah, you mentioned the home runs and RBIs, but she also has a very good average, 353. And that one way high. So 4 straight balls to start off the bottom of the inning. And pitching for the Mount Olive Trojans is number 26, Kylie Ward.
We're talking about hot hitters. Grace DeBoer isn't nothing that's to shy away from. She's been pretty hot herself here as late. Hit a couple home runs in the last few games as well.
And pops that one up. It's fouled away. Yeah, Grace DeBoer, a .294 average, 20 hits and 68 at bats. Does have 5 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs. That's going to be just low to even the count at 1-1. That one in there for a called strike. They definitely want to keep their eye on Shayna Finley. She does have 3 stolen bases this season out of 3 attempts, so she has been perfect.
Oh,
ground ball to the right side for a base hit.
That's just good fundamental baseball right there, folks. Or softball, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Now to the plate for the Crusaders is number 25, Megan Johnson.
So stepping up to the plate will be Megan Johnson.
That's the scary part about this lineup right here. The top 3 hitters for the Crusaders. I mean, they can go deep at any second, you know.
First pitch low. And Megan Johnson does lead the team in average among starters. She's one of 4 players to start in every game this season. A .360 average, 4 home runs, 7 doubles, and a fly ball that's caught just behind the infield, and the runners will stay put. So a big out for the Trojans.
Now to the plate for the Crusaders is number 17, Kate Lee.
So here's Kate Lee, the cleanup hitter. 241 average, 19 hits and 79 at bats. That one fouled away.
This is the position you want your cleanup hitter in, up to bat with, you know, just 1 out and a couple ducks on the pond right there. So a good opportunity for the Crusaders here early.
Kate Lee is tied for 3rd on the team in RBIs with 12. Ground ball to short, tag over to first in time, a double play to end the inning just like that. So North Greenville had runners on 1st and 2nd with nobody out, but comes up empty. We'll head to the 2nd right after this here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Leading off for Mount Olive will be number 24, the catcher Anna Ingram, batting at cleanup, followed by number 25, the designated player Karen Foley, and then the sixth hitter in the lineup, number 17, first baseman Caitlin Ewers.
Oh, and here we go. We got our first righty of the game for Mount Olive.
So the first three batters for the Trojans are lefties, and there's a righty on deck as well. Fort will start off the inning with a ball outside. Fort does lead North Greenville pitching in ERA with a 2.49 ERA, 9 wins, 3 losses.
You can see why she stays.
That one lifted fairly deep in foul territory, just out of play for strike one.
You can see why she's got that low ERA. She likes to live on the outside of the plate, you know. Living on the black, that's how you earn a living in baseball and softball, you know. I mean, that's where you want to be. You don't want to get it over on the plate so somebody can hit it, you know.
One pitch, high and outside, 2-1. Swing and a ground ball to short, over to first. Not quite in time. And we'll have to wait and see. I think that's going to be an infield hit. It didn't look like there was any bobble there.
I'll score that a hit. I mean, that's deep in the hole. I mean, that's a good ways to get over there. Listen to them doing these chants. You wonder how much time they spend at practicing those as well.
First pitch to Karen Foley, a ball outside. Foley actually listed as a pitcher on the Mount Olive roster, a 2.57 ERA, does have 4 home runs. That one fouled back to even the count at 1-1. And Ingram was credited with a single to shortstop. So both teams now with 1 hit. Swing and a line drive in foul territory, count now 1-2. Weather shouldn't be much of a factor today. It's a little chilly at times, but then every now and then the sun will pop out and warm up pretty quickly, as that one is swung on and missed for strike number 3.
Yeah, we got another lefty up.
That'll be the first baseman, Caitlin Ewers.
Another thing to add about the weather, talked a lot about home runs there just a little bit ago. I mean, the wind's blowing in today, so I mean, you're really going to have to get a hold of one just to get it up and out. So.
Yeah, it is blowing in from dead center field. First pitch, a called strike on the outside corner. Ewers also listed as a pitcher on this Mount Olive team, a 220 average, 13 hits and 59 at-bats. No extra base hits, but she does have 7 RBIs. Swing and a miss, big rip there, but came up empty. Oh-2 pitch outside for ball 1.
She's living on that black today. Talking about pitchers, you can never have enough pitchers, so that's seems like a good thing for Mount Olive. They got quite a bit of them.
That one low, gets away from Caitlin Wagers, but runners unable to advance. Count now even at 2-2.
Speaking of the wind, it's done shifted again. It's blowing out the right field. So
yeah, it's anybody's guess out here on this part of campus which way the wind's going to blow.
That's for sure.
That one just misses a little inside. Count now full.
That's one thing. If you try to live on the black like she is, you know, you get an umpire that's got a little smaller strike zone. You know, he can be a little tough to work with, but I don't think he's doing a good job right now.
Yeah, he's definitely been consistent thus far. So that one was fouled behind the visiting dugout down the third base line. Keep it a full count. This will be a good at bat by Caitlin Ewers no matter what. At least you make the pitcher throw some pitches.
Yep, that's one thing you want to do. Get them to throw a bunch of pitches, get them out as quick as you can.
That one in there for a called strike 3, and we will have a stolen base. So Anna Ingram does get the stolen base, but there are 2 down. That'll be Ingram's 3rd stolen base of the season. And batting now for the Trojans will be number 2, Callie Farrell.
Back to a righty again.
First pitch, a little low, maybe outside. Callie Farrell, .216 average, 16 hits and 74 at-bats. Has 2 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs.
Consistency, that's what you want.
Definitely. That one, I believe, was ruled a ball.
Yeah, just a little low and inside. Not a bad pitch, just got to get her to swing at that one.
Yeah, neither of those pitches missed by much, but must have just missed the plate as here's a ground ball that gets away. They might have an attempt at third, couldn't quite get to her. And there's going to be runners on the corner with 2 gone, and that will be a hit all the way as there was a diving attempt by Megan Johnson. She just couldn't quite get to it, and it's just bad luck there as the ball got away, and the runner was able to advance.
You know, that's not a bad play there by Megan Johnson either. You know, she might not have come up with the ball, but she did save a run right there. That gets in the hole. That runner from second is definitely going to score.
So it'll be up to Jenny Beth Burge, playing right field, number 15, to drive in an RBI. First pitch outside corner for a strike.
That was a great pitch right there by Brooklyn Fort.
Burge, a .273 hitter. Doesn't have any home runs, but does have 2 doubles and 18 total hits in 66 at-bats.
That just shows you how much, you know, how anybody can do anything on any given day in baseball or softball. You know, we're talking about this bat lineup. They've got a great, you know, average of team-wise, and they just got a perfect game thrown against them last night. I mean, that's incredible. That's the magic of this game.
Gonna have another stolen base. This one by Callie Farrell. And here comes Sarah Hall. She's gonna argue with the call.
Yeah, I don't believe she agreed with that one there. That's a tough play to judge as an umpire, you know.
And we do have a scoring update. Megan Johnson was charged with an error on that last play. Count is 1-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the second. And that one low. Mount Olive dugout is a vocal one, much like the Crusaders.
I don't know that I can remember all those words, all those different chants, man. They got one for each player, it seems like.
That ball popped up in foul territory, and it will be out of play.
Twos across the board right here. Deuces is wild.
Big pitch coming up. Runners on second and third. And in there for a called strike 3, and Brooklyn Fort able to work her way out of a jam.
That she did. That was a great look by, your catcher. You want to get over there on the outside part, get her to swing over something, maybe even roll one over to the second baseman, first baseman.
So with that, we will take a short break and be right back here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Leading off for the Crusaders will be number 4, the catcher, Caitlin Wagers, batting 5th today. And this one hit fairly well, but is caught for an out by the right fielder. And we might have had a pitching change because number 25, Karen Foley, is currently on the mound. She was listed as a designated player. If that's the case, then that was quick.
Very quick. I don't know if it's like it is in...
Or either that or a number change. Ground ball to second, over to first in time for the out.
Up next is that for the Crusaders is number 6, Kelsey Rivers.
So now batting for the Crusaders will be number 6, Kelsey Rivers, playing shortstop today. That ball high and outside for ball 1.
Here you go with the Crusader chants now.
And that ball a little low to make it 2-1. Yeah, we'll have to get to the bottom of who's currently pitching because it's definitely number 25. Live stats still showing number 26, Kylie Ward, as the pitcher. And that one is a ball and make it a full count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
mean, that's definitely a 25 on the back of her jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen the coach go over and tell the umpire that he was bringing somebody new in, so I don't know what that whole deal is. We might want to get to the bottom of that one.
Now the back of the Crusaders, number 16, Morgan Roach.
So batting now will be the designated player for the Crusaders, Morgan Roach. First pitch is a called strike. Swing and a fly ball to shallow. Actually, that's in the infield. Caught by the first baseman, Caitlin Ewers, for out number 3. So still scoreless in the game after 2. And we will head to the third right after this. Once again, you're watching the North Greenville Sports Network. So as we head to the top of the third, Mount Olive will lead off the inning with their number 9 hitter, number 27, Kristen Power, playing second base.
Number 27, Kristen Power.
Swing and a miss to begin the top of the third. And this is one of those situations where your number 9 hitter just pretty much has to act as your leadoff hitter. She gets on base, you pretty much have two leadoff hitters to start the inning. It's a good position to be in. A ground ball to third over to first in time for out number 1.
You know, a lot of people that'll have, you know, what they would say 2 leadoff hitters, you know. Some people put that second leadoff guy in the 2 hole, but some of them would go down there and put them in the 9 hole just for that fact, you know. And it's not a bad deal either, you know. I think it was Tommy LaRussa back with the Cardinals. You know, a lot of people in the major leagues put their pitcher in the number 9 hole, but he'd put his catcher in the 9 hole or another player in the 9 hole, let his pitcher bat the 8 hole.
Yeah, it's something that you see the Chicago Cubs do a lot. Bat their pitcher in the number 8 spot so that they pretty much have another leadoff hitter for the number 9 spot.
Yeah. It's all about strategy. That's what this game is. There's no doubt about it. It's just a bunch of strategy. It's just whose strategy is going to work first and who's going to score the first run. A lot of times, you know, who gets momentum first.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how many different types of lineups that you can have in baseball. It just, you have to evaluate your team and figure out what their strengths and weaknesses are.
Oh, that's 100% correct there. I mean,
we are back to the top of the order for Mount Olive, Charlene Thompson, as she is now behind 0-2. Swing, and that one just fouled down the third base line to keep it at 0-2.
You can definitely tell her she's trying to slap it down the third base line. I mean, she must be a pretty quick hitter, so she's trying to slap it on down the third base line and see if she can't get down there to first base.
And that one just misses the plate. Count now at 1-2 with 1 out. And that one, another slice down the third base line, but fouled.
A Might be one of those chances that you want to come inside on her and see if you can't get her to. She's thinking outside, you know, bring it inside a little bit, and she might pull it over there, roll it over to second base, and maybe back to your pitcher, real easy, quick out. Oh.
And there it is, but it works out this time. A base hit to left field.
That was a really good at bat, you know. Outside pitch, taking it the opposite way. That's what they teach you.
So with the hit by Charlene Thompson, that'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Kelly Huffman.
We're back to the top of that left-handed dominant top half of that lineup.
And we're going to have a stolen base attempt right away, and she is safe. Count is 1-0, and that one fouled back. A bunt attempt, but couldn't keep it in fair territory, and that'll even the count at 1-1. Looks like we're having some equipment maintenance for the catcher, Caitlin Wagers.
That happens quite a bit when you're a catcher. Some strap comes loose. There's a bunch of them on there. I know from experience, I can tell you that much.
1 ball, 1 strike, says the home plate umpire. Swing and a miss.
That was a nice pitch right there on the black.
Huffman 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Currently behind in the count, 1-2. Certainly wouldn't want a second strikeout.
This is a good pitcher's count too, so let's see what she does.
And that's exactly what happens. Swing and a miss, strike 3 for out number 2.
She likes that outer half of the plate, that's for sure. She's living way out there in the black. As a Mount Olive team, you kind of have to adjust and see that, you know, start sitting on a few more pitches and what they're doing. Just let us live out there on the outside half.
So here's a dangerous hitter, Kayla Allen, with an RBI opportunity. That one just misses.
As a former catcher, that's a great pitch to start off an at-bat, you know, especially with somebody that's got a lot of power. That is a inside and down pitch is a very good pitch to be. Good way to get somebody to roll over something to the second baseman or something like that, you know.
Tried to go outside there, but missed. Count now 2-0. First base is open, so don't have to give in here. You could pitch around her. Let's see what the Crusaders decide to do.
She's going to come after. Oh.
And it gets by, goes to right field. Here comes the throw at the plate. Not going to be a time, but they do.
Oh.
No. Ball pops out of the glove at second base, and it's going to be, it'll definitely be a base hit to give Mount Olive their first run.
That's why you see a lot of the times in major leagues, they give them the 0-0 lace wipe instead of sitting it down there. That can happen, you know.
Now the only question will be, will she get credit for a double, or will they call it an error because of the ball popping out of the glove?
I don't know. I don't know. That'd be either one. I don't know. That's an error. That might just be an advanced run on the throw.
And
you know?
on the throw, yeah, that would make sense. We'll just have to wait and see for sure.
I mean, technically, that's not. I mean, in my opinion, that's not an error.
Ground ball right to the pitcher, over to first in time for out number 3. So Mount Olive will be the first team to get on the board in this game. We'll head to the bottom of the third and see if the Crusaders can respond, and we will be right back. Back on the mound for the Trojans is number 25, Karen Foley.
I want to give a big shout out to North Greenville's baseball team today. You know, they're going over to Limestone playing in a series that actually got moved up. It's supposed to be a doubleheader tomorrow. They were playing a doubleheader today at 3:30 and 6. So just the best of luck to them guys. You know, keep up the good work. Got a big game next Wednesday for all y'all North Greenville fans that's listening. You know, if you get a chance, come on out to Floor Field next Wednesday night to watch North Greenville play the #1 team in the nation, USC Aiken.
First pitch to Brooke Wade playing left field is a ball low. You can see it's brightened up quite a bit for the last couple minutes. The sun has poked out again. Clouds starting to clear out.
It's one of those wonderful March Tigerville days. You never know. It's kind of like Seattle. It might be raining one minute, might be snowing the next, and 85 and sunny.
It's been one of the craziest months ever when it comes to weather.
No joke. Snowing on Sunday. Now we're in
80
70 degrees the day before that.
Yeah.
Never know. Sleepless in Seattle is what we're going to call it. Sleepless in Tigerville.
That pitch, boy, that one got away. 3-0. And yeah, we're not crazy. Just heard one of the, I think it was the Mount Olive center fielder just say, let's go 2-5. So it's definitely Karen Foley pitching.
It's just crazy that they'd give up that designated player position up so early in a game.
Yeah.
But we're not the coaches for a reason, I guess. Here comes our hottest hitter right now.
Yeah, that wasn't, I don't think that's what Mount Olive was going for. You definitely want to attack Brooke Wade, nothing against her, but with Shayna Finley on deck and now up to bat, you certainly don't want her to have an extra batter, or excuse me, you certainly don't want her to come to the plate with a runner on base.
Yeah, because you never know. She's liable to send one out. Wind's kind of lightly blowing in just a little bit from dead center, not too bad. I mean, it's still doable to get one up and get one out.
Yeah, she's definitely hit it out with more wind than we have here today. That's for sure. It's seems like every single game out here at J. McDonald Field has been a very windy one. And that one, a ball as well, a pickoff attempt at first, but not in time, and it's 3-0 yet again.
Brooklyn Wade over there at first base, she's just kind of attempting the catcher. Hey, throw this over here. Let's see if you can make it.
And that one outside, and Karen Foley has started off this inning with 8 straight balls.
It's a good thing we're not playing at, what is it, TCU or Texas A&M where they start chanting ball 8, ball 8. That would be a rough environment to pitch in right now if that was a.
I'd definitely be intimidated, that's for sure.
Yeah, if y'all have never seen that video, go look it up. It's very intimidating.
And a bunt attempt, and that one is in there for a called strike.
It's not a bad thought with no outs. We got one out. No, we don't. We got no outs. Can't read the scoreboard today. I'm sorry about that, folks.
And a bunt attempt, and that one is foul.
So here's the old question everybody asks. Do you keep bunting with 2 strikes or you take it off? Because if you bunt it foul on 2 strikes, it's an out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you have to swing away this time. And that one outside. There was no bunt attempt there, so looks like she is going to swing away.
Time to choke up on the bat, find a hole and poke it there. So see what Grace DeBoer has for us right here with runners in scoring position.
Boer does have a hit already, 1 for 1. That one way high. Count now even at 2-2.
She's giving her a good battle right here. She's not going to go down lightly, that's for sure.
That one misses. Just a little outside, and now the count back to full.
You got to give it to Grace DeBoer coming from 0-2 and battling back to a full count right here. That's a very good discipline at bat right here.
Swing, and that one fouled back, so we'll do it again. Runners on first and second again with no outs. Here in the bottom of the third, Mount Olive did score their first run in the top of the inning. Crusaders trying to respond. Swing and a miss, big strikeout. DeBoer tried to go up and get that one and came up just empty. Good pitch though.
That was. Those high fastballs like that, that'll get your eyes about as big as a softball itself. And
so here's the number 3 hitter, Megan Johnson. So that one is low for a ball.
once again, this is a dangerous hitter to have runners in scoring position with. I mean, Megan Johnson is a great hitter, great RBI hitter at that as well.
Swinging that one fouled back. Count now even at 1-1.
I wonder if there's like a softball chant like glossary you can look up and find these chants. I don't know where they get them from, but they're quite hilarious sometimes. Gotta give them. They do not lack creativity when it comes to that standpoint.
Yeah, there's a few that we've heard more than one team chant. The main one that I've heard is the Atlanta Braves war chant.
Yeah, that's
heard for North Greenville. Haley Gray,
yeah,
is the one with that chant, and can't remember which team it was, but there was a girl named Haley Draw, and she had that same chant. So something about the name Haley.
I guess so. Baseball, you don't have that too much, so I couldn't tell you what it is. So, but you know, I gotta correct you there. I'm a little biased. It's not a Atlanta Braves war chant. It's a Florida State war chant.
Kansas City Chiefs have that chant too.
Kansas City Chiefs, yeah. I mean, we'll stick within sports, which I guess Florida State does have a baseball softball team, so we're staying in sports. But besides the fact.
Meanwhile, Karen Foley has responded nicely after allowing 2 walks to begin the inning. She has now struck out the last 2 batters in the heart of the lineup too. And a line drive to Kristen Power, caught for out number 3. Somehow, Mount Olive gets out of the inning without allowing a run.
That was some impressive pitching right there at the end of the inning, you know, coming out with 8 straight balls and then coming back and striking out 2 in a row and then getting a little line drive to the second base, and that's impressive. That's how you get out of a jam. That's what you want how you want your pitcher to respond right there, for a matter of fact.
So we'll head to the top of the 4th in just a moment here on the North Greenville Sports Network. So as we head to the top of the 4th, leading off for the Trojans will be the number 5 hitter, designated player Karen Foley, who has also been pitching since the 2nd inning. Swings at the first one and lifts it foul. That ball low and outside for ball 1. That one hit sharp down the left field line, but foul.
Yeah, she squared that one up, folks. She might have pulled it, but she got all of it. She didn't miss one bit of it.
It's a good thing that one was foul because Megan Johnson would have been in trouble if that one was fair. Don't know if she would have had enough time to put the glove in front of that or not.
And if she did get a glove on her, she's going to go home with a bruised hand tonight, that's for sure.
Very true. That ball well outside to even the count at 2-2. And that one just gets a piece of it to keep it at 2-2.
That was a great little off-speed pitch right there. Got her to swing right over the top of it.
Karen Foley is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And that one just low. They're going to appeal, and she did not go. So the count now going to be full. The leadoff hitter in the top of the fourth for Mount Olive. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive to here in right center field. That's going to land for a base hit. And she will head to second with a stand-up double.
Great pitch. Great piece of hitting right there.
So a great start for the Trojans here in the top of the fourth, as that'll bring up the first baseman, Caitlin Ewers. And actually, I think we're going to have a change. Or no, we're going to have a courtesy runner. No, excuse me, it's not a pinch runner.
Pinch runner? No, I believe it is.
Oh, was it? Okay. Yeah, you're right. That is a pinch runner at second. We'll have to wait and see what number it is. She has a jacket on, so can't see a number, unfortunately. But it will be Caitlin Ewers at the plate. She is 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Watches the first one just outside for ball one. And gets the bunt down over to first. Will be in time. Shayna Finley had to jump out of the way after, but that will be an out. But meanwhile, the runner does advance to third with just one out. Mount Olive in good shape.
See how Brooklyn Fort responds to here with the runner on third.
So that'll bring the shortstop, Callie Farrell, to the plate. First pitch to Farrell is, oh, she was actually hit.
Hit by a pitch.
Must have just barely grazed her, but enough to get her on base.
That's for sure. And look over my left shoulder here, and we're talking about Jan McDonald Field, and what do you know? There's Jan McDonald, athletic director here at North Greenville. Big shout out to Coach Mack. Done a lot of things for this university, a lot of great things. Really appreciative of her.
One of those things, she was the softball coach here for quite some time.
Matter of fact, she started the softball program here at North Greenville. Not just coach, started the program. So big thanks to Coach McDonald.
And there's going to be pretty much a free pass to second base as they tried to get the runner at third.
Here's where the strategy comes in as a pitcher and catcher. A lot of thinking to do. What you do here, what you do there.
And that went in there for a strike. Count is 1-1. And that one up the middle, over to first, is not in time. A run does score.
You got to give props to Shayna Finley once again. She might not have got the out, but she saved. One run did score, but that could have easily been a 2-run single right there. Very easily.
That'll definitely be a hit all the way. Another infield single.
We'll have a little talk between pitcher and catcher, trying to figure out what they want to do. Big thing, you want maybe a little ground ball to shortstop or second baseman, roll you a double play right here and get out of it without allowing a run to score.
Jenny Beth Burge at the plate. And she gets the bunt down, but it's caught.
Play.
And they're going to have an easy double play over at third.
Yeah, that wasn't a double play I was talking about, but any kind of double play will work, I guess. Saves a run and gets you out of the inning.
So that does it for the top of the fourth. Mount Olive does add a run to make it 2-0. So North Greenville still with plenty of opportunities to respond. The game only half over, but with just one hit so far in this game, they're definitely going to have to get to work.
Yeah, that's for sure. We're going to have to wake some bats up, roll them out there on the grass, let them get some sunshine, get them warmed up, get them do something, get them warmed up, get them active.
So we'll see if the Crusaders can do just that in just a few moments here on the North Greenville Sports Network. So leading off for the Crusaders will be Caitlin Wagers, the catcher, followed by first baseman Morgan Herlong, and then after her will be the shortstop Kelsey Rivers. And those are the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the North Greenville lineup. If you're following along with the live stats, we do see that they're currently stuck. There's some catching up going on with the stats, so they'll be back in just a moment as that first pitch is a ball outside for ball 1. Wanted to go after that one, couldn't quite do it, but it will be a called strike.
Yeah. It's always a tough pitch to lay off of right there.
Yeah, you could tell she wanted to come around, but just couldn't quite do it. She does come around there. That one is a pop fly, just makes it to shallow outfield, but it will be an easy out.
That's what we used to call the Bermuda Triangle out in high school, you know.
Yeah, if it made it a little bit further, definitely would have been some issues there.
That's always for some reason, that's where the balls go to die a lot of the time, between your shortstop, second baseman, or center fielder.
So that'll bring up the first baseman, Morgan Herlong. First pitch to her is outside.
That's something that maybe this North Greenville offense wants to start taking a look at, is maybe, sitting on a few more pitches, make her throw a few more, because she's had some command issues at times, but then at times she's been right down the strike zone. But
that pitch was high and outside as well, so 2-0. And that went inside.
see if she can get out of it. Got to be real patient as a hitter right here. And she is.
And that'll be ball 4. So North Greenville gets a runner on first with just 1 out. That's going to bring up Kelsey Rivers, the number 7 hitter. And it was Kelsey Hayes who came in to pinch run. And it looks like there's going to be a change for the Crusaders. Kelsey Rivers is still the hitter. And there was a pinch runner, it looks like. First pitch to Rivers is low and inside for ball 1.
More Greenville batters just being a little bit more patient. It seems like these last 2 bats taking a lot of balls instead of swinging. That's a good adjustment by these batters here.
Swing, and that one fouled out of play. One just misses. Low and maybe a little bit outside. Wind picking up a little bit, blowing in from dead center field. I believe that one was a strike.
That's what he called.
So count now 2-2. There was a pickoff attempt from Anna Ingram to first base, but unsuccessful. And that one is hit down the first base line, foul territory, and it is out of play.
Oh, man.
And swing and a miss, strike 3. So with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, that will bring up the designated player, Morgan Roach. And first pitch to her is fouled down the third base line. Oh, 1 pitch high. Count now even at 1-1.
That's something that it seems that Icard North Greenville batters really haven't picked up on. She's throwing the ball really high today, so might be something you do want to sit back and wait, not really take a swing at.
And that one was swung at but missed. Count now 1-2, and it looks like the stats are back to normal. That one just missed. I think Mount Olive wanted that one all the way, but that one ruled just a little bit low. Two-two pitch.
Uh-oh.
Hit well,
Oh,
but the wind killed that one. Yeah, that one looked like it might have had some home run power on it, but you could tell once it hit its maximum height, it just kind of died after that. Wind definitely played a factor there. So that will do it for the 4th inning. Mount Olive still leads it 2-0, and we'll be right back. So Mount Olive will be back to the top of the order, starting with Charlene Thompson. Goes for a bunt, and that one just fouled.
You got your infield playing in a little bit just to take away the bunt. But
That one swung on and missed, 0-2.
it's a good place to put a pitch after somebody just threw out that bunt attempt, you know, way down there in the zone. If they try to bunt it again, it's more than likely what's going to hit the bottom of the bat. It's going to stick right down there in the dirt. Well, in our case, the turf, I guess.
That pitch high and inside. Count now at 1-2.
Sounds like a band of Indians over there.
Able to get a very soft ground ball back to the pitcher. That one thrown to first in time for out number 1. Yeah, Mount Olive has definitely been the vocal team in this game.
That is for sure.
And they have reason to. They've stringed together 2 runs. North Greenville yet to score 1.
Yeah.
So Mount Olive definitely with the momentum in this game.
So maybe the chants have a factor or something in on this.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even in baseball, we see the North Greenville baseball team get loud when
they
you
are
know,
very talkative.
Oh,
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
Hear a bunch of stuff come from that dugout. A bunch of funny sayings, you know. Don't ever throw over more than twice to first base. You'll start hearing never 3 times. Never. You know, Josh Black and a couple of those guys, they'll get after you real quick and in a hurry. And next thing you know, you've got the bases loaded. You got Nathan Maggio up. Uh-oh.
Yeah, a week or 2 ago, there were four straight pickoff attempts.
They really lit after that pitcher, you know.
Yep.
Superstition is a big part of softball and baseball, so whatever works, you keep going with it. If you eat eggs and ham for breakfast in the morning, you hit 2 home runs. Well, guess what you eat for the rest of your career? You eat eggs and ham.
Yeah, I definitely overheard the other day one of the North Greenville players does not believe in. From what I understood, he didn't believe in fielding practice the day that he was starting a game. As strange as that sounds, but apparently it was superstition.
Hey, if it helps, he must let him keep riding it.
Count to Michaela Koch, currently 1-1. She has come in as a pinch hitter as that one fouled away. Count now 1-2. She is pinch hitting for Huffman.
They've done a lot of switching up the lineup here early, really quick in this game, it seems like. I know a lot of times you see a lot of switches being done late innings, you know, for softball, the 6th and 7th inning, baseball, the 8th and the 9th. But I mean, they come out here in the 1st and 2nd inning, and they didn't like something. They switched it seemed like.
Yeah, Huffman was in left field, so assuming that Koch is going to take over left field, but you never know. He could bring in another fielder to replace her.
They can't be run. They got to be running somewhat short on players to put back in.
And that one fouled away, and something just caught the corner of my eye. In the Mount Olive bullpen, somebody just got pegged by a ball.
That's not good.
They were warming up in the bullpen, and somebody was in the batter's box just to simulate a batter, and she got pegged. As that pitch was swung on and missed. Hope everybody's okay over there.
That's not something that you want to be doing.
Yeah, it just caught the corner of my eye, and yeah, somebody is a little shaken up over there.
They're on the ground right now. You know, might need to get a trainer over there or something to look at it. Not real sure what happened. Any information we get, guys, we'll keep you updated, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, batting is Kayla Allen. First pitch is a ball.
And I'm telling you what, that Mount Olive dugout is really alive. I mean, they've got a girl up on the bench dancing right now to the chants. I mean, it's pretty impressive. I mean, they're going all out. I mean, they're holding none back.
Ground ball to short, over to first, in time for the third out. So after a bizarre situation, not even on the playing field, but over there in the Mount Olive bullpen, as whoever that was just got up and she's running back to the dugout, so that is good to see.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, that
So
was,
you don't, as a coach, that's something you don't want happening, you know, especially on a game day. You don't want nobody getting hurt off of a play. You don't want to get nobody hurt on a playing field, but especially while they're not playing. Don't matter if it's a starter or a backup or a redshirt freshman. You don't want nobody getting hurt at this point of the season. You know, you're almost at the halfway mark, and you know you want everybody healthy going down the stretch, making a run for the conference tournament.
yeah, and you can understand what they were doing. They, as we said, they were trying to. They had a batter or a player simulating, you know, standing in the batter's box so that the pitcher would be able to focus, and that is something that's worth doing. In fact, they do make products for baseball pitchers. It's called a bullpen buddy. It's an inflatable player to put in the batter's box so that you can just to pretend that a batter's there. And my brother, when he pitched, he actually, my father bought him one. The very first pitch that he threw, the head of the player is detachable. He knocked the head right off. First pitch, no joke.
Reminds me of a scene from, what was it, Major League, the first one, whenever the Wild Thing's out there trying to learn how to pitch and takes the head off the guy in the bullpen.
Yeah, exactly.
That was one thing a lot of people was a big talk of back during the World Series, was Charlie Sheen going to show up in Cleveland and throw out a pitch or something to the Wild Thing song. Thought that'd have been pretty cool.
So we're at the bottom of the North Greenville batting order. Number 11, Brooke Wade. First pitch to her is a ball.
It almost looked like she was offering a bunt attempt right there too. So they've pulled the third baseman in there. She's about even with the pitcher, seems like,
Yeah, they're definitely prepared for a bunt. That one in there for a called strike. Count now 1-1. That one misses. 2-1 now the count. You know what? This is Brooke Wade's first game.
Really?
She is not in the stats anywhere.
Wow. Gotta learn sometime. Why not a conference Carolina's matchup? I think she's doing pretty good. She's already been on base one time.
Oh, you know what? You know what it is? I didn't see the name Brooke in the stats. Her first name is Heather.
Heather.
So that's what was going on there, and that one falls in foul territory. So now a full count. And I think we're seeing a gator chomping behind home plate, and that one is a called strike 3 for out number 1. And there was a defensive change. Michaela Koch did go to left field for Mount Olive. So here's Shayna Finley. She's been quiet so far.
See if she can't get a little rally started here for the Crusaders.
First pitch to her, high and outside. She did walk on 4 straight pitches her last plate appearance. That one was one she probably wanted to swing at, but she decided to let that one go. Count now 1-1. Caught the low part of the zone.
That's
That ball low.
It's a good look. That ball fell off the table right there at the very end.
Ooh. Home run swing there, but came up empty. That one a little higher than she wanted it to be.
You got to be a very disciplined hitter to hit that high fastball out.
Count now even at 2-2. Now squaring to bunt. That ball outside.
Well, she's worked back into a full count, so see what she's got. A little base hit. Ball 4, no strikeouts. Let's see what the coaches usually tell you. Oh.
And swung at that same high pitch, but comes up empty that time, and it's out number 2.
That's something that, you know, that I'm really surprised that these Crusader batters have made a lot of adjustments. That's just not one. I mean, she's living in that upper strike zone, and they're just continuously swinging at it, you know. I mean, these aren't just like top of the strike zone pitches either. I mean, these are up, you know, neck level. So see if that's an adjustment the Crusaders make here in the later goings.
So here's Grace DeBoer, swings at the first pitch, and it's caught by the new left fielder, Michaela Koch, for out number 3. So another empty inning for the Crusaders. And just like that, we will head to the 6th right after this. And as you can hear, the wind has picked up a bit for the last little while as Mount Olive will begin the inning with their cleanup hitter, number 24, Anna Ingram.
I was waiting on them to introduce Michael Jordan coming out. They had the old Chicago Bulls theme song playing for a second. I was waiting on them to start announcing Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen.
No Michael Jordan?
No Michael Jordan.
Huh?
He never showed up.
First pitch to Ingram is a ball outside, 1-0. There's a called strike.
It's a great pitch by Brooklyn Fort. And as you hear, folks, this wind has really picked up. It's blowing in from dead center, giving the flagpole out here a little run for its money. Starting to
ground ball hit to Megan Johnson. It's thrown over to first and in time for out number 1. So it should bring up Kelsey Hayes. She came in as a pinch runner, but I don't believe that's going to be her.
Maybe that was just a courtesy runner of some sort.
Well, you're allowed to come back in once in a game. So I think that's what happened. So this is most likely going to be 25.
Re-entering.
Yeah, she's still been into pitch, Karen Foley. So it will be Karen Foley. That one ripped, but foul. 0-1 pitch down low in the turf.
Yep. It's weird hearing turf instead of the dirt.
Dirt.
I'm a traditionalist.
Yeah, Mount Olive's chant involves it being thrown in the dirt, but it is artificial turf here at Jan McDonald Field. Count now 2-1. Yeah, it's a 3-stage process of Jan McDonald Field. Obviously, the first one was the turf and the dugouts. There will eventually be a press box, a field house for both softball and track and field, as well as lights.
Well, not just including the press box. I mean, they're going to build a nice stadium. If you ever get a chance to come out here to Jan McDonald Field, I mean, just in the last few weeks, I mean, we've put up some signage, you know, trying to get some donors and let people see what the thought process is out here at the Jan McDonald Field. And if you're interested in, oh, here we go. And that's going to dial once again with the wind.
And almost ended up being a base hit. Brooke Wade was waiting on it, but ended up having to come way in as the wind just brought that one straight down just about.
But you can't say nothing. She did it from a fundamental standpoint. I mean, her first step was back. That's what you want your outfielder to do, is that first step back and then wait on it. She read it perfect.
Yeah, much easier to come up than it is to go back. It's one of the first things you're taught in Little League.
Yeah. Going back onto the stadium part, I mean, if there's anybody out there listening today, you know, that's interested in donating to the school or want to get a part of it, you know, there's a lot of project that the athletic department is looking to do right now. They're looking to build a actual baseball stadium relatively close to similarity to the Greenville Drive Stadium. They're looking to build a lacrosse and soccer field house. I mean, they're trying to make this place look really nice, you know, for the future. And, you know, our athletes do a lot for us. We want to take care of them, you know. So just come out here and talk to Micah Sepko, Zach Epteen. Them guys will point you in the right direction. Call Jan McDonald.
That ball just misses. It's a 3-0 count.
And if there are any donors out there watching, or we really thank you for all your support that you've given into the North Greenville Athletic Department over the last few many years. You know, it's not possible without you. I mean, we're a small school.
That one right down the center for a strike. Caitlin Ewers 0 for 2 with a strikeout today.
See if Brooklyn Fort can battle back here. There she goes.
Ground ball to short, over to first, in time for out number 3.
That was a great play by Kelsey Rivers.
So North Greenville down to 6 outs. They're going to have to string some runs pretty quickly within the next 2 innings. So we'll see if they can do that right after this here on the North Greenville Sports Network. And we return here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Leading off the inning will be the heart of the order for the Crusaders, starting with the third baseman, Megan Johnson, followed by Kate Lee and Caitlin Wagers.
Right now would be a real good time to get a little rally started. Can't really put rally caps on because they don't really wear baseball hats and softball, but, you know, I guess they could flip their hair bow upside down or something. I guess they do rally bows or figure something out.
Yeah, there's a few of them that wear baseball caps in the dugout there. I'm sure they have something to rally.
Oh, I'm sure. Some kind of chant.
But that's not going to be the way to start. There's already 1 out Ground ball to short. So I'll bring up Kate Lee. Do appreciate you joining us today. Alan Cahaley alongside Dustin Foles. Dustin Klontz. Not trying to make excuses, but as here's another ground ball to short in time for the second out. Again, not trying to make excuses. It's been about a year since I've last commentated. This is Dustin's first time ever commentating, so we certainly appreciate him for joining us.
Glad y'all allowed me to do it somehow. Actually, sort of enjoy it now that I've done it.
Yeah. It's a little strange at first. Definitely takes some practice and getting used to.
I guess it's a little easier for me coming from the announcer's booth over here to the, PA box. But hey, what's the difference? Microphone's a microphone.
First pitch to Caitlin Wagers is high and outside for ball one. That ball high as well, so 2-0 to Wagers. That one almost hit her. Actually ends up a called strike. Must have just gotten the inside corner. Wagers backed off like it was about to hit her. That one well outside, so a 3-1 count to Wagers. And that one ends up a called strike as well. She tried to get out of the way there too, but that one definitely looked like it got the inside corner.
That's one thing you got to realize when you scoot up on that plate. The plate is still the strike zone. It's not about where your yourself are in the batter's box. The plate itself is still the strike zone. So if you scoot up onto that white line, it is. It looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here, folks.
And we'll have a pinch runner for Wagers.
Pinch runner, I'm sorry.
So we'll have to wait and see who that is. Can't see a number right now.
I believe it's an 8.
Yeah, I was thinking 6 at first, but Kelsey Rivers is already in the game. So it may very well be 8. And it is Herlong batting. 8 would be Haley Gray. And I believe she does come in quite a bit as a pinch runner, so that sounds right. First pitch is fouled close to the parking lot.
And here comes the chance.
And maybe that's how they rally chance.
That's what I'm guessing, man. Oh, and it's going to.
That's a fly ball to center field that's caught for an easy out, number 3. So just like that, North Greenville goes empty in the inning. So we'll head to the 7th. One more chance for both teams to add some runs, and we'll be back shortly. So Wagers will re-enter the game for Haley Gray, who came in to pinch run. so she returns to the catcher position. First pitch to Callie Farrell is a ball outside. Farrell 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch and has 2 stolen bases. Next pitch fouled away down the third base line and out of play. Wind has died down for the time being. Good time to get behind one.
Yep.
Tried to do it there, but came up empty. Count now 1-2. And just gets a piece of that one to foul it off to keep the at-bat alive.
I'm pretty sure they brought a war drum from the Cherokee tribe with them here today. I mean, that's what it sounds like. I don't know if y'all folks at home can hear, but it actually sounds like an actual drum in there.
Yeah, I don't know if they're maybe stomping on the bleacher in there or what.
I think they probably got a bucket turned upside down
Maybe,
or something,
yeah.
but it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a bucket now that you say that. And it's swing and a miss for strike 3. So Farrell goes down swinging, and that'll bring up Jenny Beth Burge. Swing and a pop fly right to just behind second base, caught by Kelsey Rivers for out number 2. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, number 27, Kristen Power. One last chance for the Trojans to add an insurance run.
That is a great pitch right there on the block.
It just gets the outside corner. And that was her 100th pitch. This coming pitch is her 100th. So 100 pitches now for Brooklyn Ford as that one was fouled back.
Well, it's a good thing she's not in the World Baseball Classic because she'd have been out about 2 innings ago. You know, they got some strict pitching limits on that. I don't know if anybody's watched that, but it's become quite frustrating if you're a true fan of baseball and it's guys up there dealing and he has to come out because he can only throw 80 pitches.
And that ground ball to short in time for out number 3. So this is it, bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Crusaders to get back in this one. They've been shut out 2-0. Some great pitching by the Trojans, but we'll see if they can add some runs to get back into it right after this here on the North Greenville Sports Network. So here we go. Leading off for North Greenville will be Kelsey Rivers, batting in the number 7 spot. So the bottom of the order is going to have to come through for the Crusaders if they're going to extend this game and get back in it. Kelsey Rivers is 0 for 1. She walked and struck out.
You got to come up as a batter right here, not to come up as a hero, but as a team player. You know, sit on a couple pitches if you have to.
And she'll go after the very first one, though, and that's in time for out number 1. So I'll bring up the designated player, Morgan Roach.
Need base runners in this situation, especially with 1 out. I mean, if you think about it, too, you're only looking at, you know, Roach and one other batter. You're right there at Shayna Finley with 2 runners. Oh!
That ball lifted deep, but it's going to be foul.
That ball was struck very, very well.
Had home run power, but not only was it foul, but the wind brought it back some as well. Actually, probably would have been a routine fly out had it stayed fair.
But, you know, Roach right here, you're only 2 batters away from getting Shayna Finley. You want base runners.
Lifted that one down the third base line, but foul.
Just barely foul. Just barely.
So she's having no problem pulling the ball, but just having some trouble keeping it fair.
Just need to make a little slight adjustment. Just set on the ball just a little bit longer. Squeak it in that down the line there. She goes.
And that one down the first base line, but that one foul as well.
Maybe too big of an adjustment. I'm just kidding. She did what she was supposed to. She took that outside pitch and drove it to opposite field.
Yeah, and if you're Karen Foley, I don't know which way you go this time. She goes outside again, but just misses.
So, very big situation right here for Morgan Roach. I mean, she's got a full count. You gotta put it on a tee right here.
And that one fouled back, so able to keep the at-bat alive.
She is putting up a fight. You can't tell her she's not doing that.
Brooks Wade is on deck. She is the number 9 hitter, and that one she waited on it, and it's going to be caught for out number 2. That ball just hung up there.
It did. It had a bunch of backspin on it. It just sat up there, seemed like for forever.
Yeah, the backspin plus the wind knocking it back just kept that ball right up there for a while.
See, backspin's good if you hit it on the line, but if you hit put a bunch of backspin on it, you hit it up, it's going to just sit up there.
So it'll be up to Brooks Wade to extend this game and get Shayna Finley up to bat, but she will look at a called strike.
Ooh.
That one, they're going to appeal. She did not go, so 1-1.
That was close, folks. Tying runs on deck.
And hits that one out of play, so just like that, North Greenville down to their final strike.
A good time for Brooke Way to make a name for her in the Crusader. Oh!
That one caught by the bullpen catcher.
It looked like it was a strike. She framed it.
Yeah, she barely had to move.
Yeah, framed it and everything. Just like the Mona Lisa, framed it, put it on the wall.
That one way low, so an even count at 2-2. Wade doing a nice job of staying alive.
Deuces are wild, folks. Oh.
That one high and inside, so full count. Big pitch coming up. A base hit or a walk allows Shayna Finley, North Greenville's most dangerous hitter, to come up to bat, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
And Shayna Finley is the tying run. Not only is she the most dangerous hitter, she's the tying run. You know, one pitch, and she could tie this ball game, send it into extra innings, or anything like that. And there's a light breeze, blowing in from right field right now. Oh, that's a great hit.
And that's going to hit the gap. That's going to score at least one, and Shayna Finley will get to second.
Look at that. And
just like that, North Greenville right back in it. One base hit away from tying this game.
And that's the game of baseball and softball, folks. One pitch away, you know. They were one pitch away from closing this game out here in the 7th inning, and then, you know, one pitch later, you know, Shayna Finley marks in a run.
That was just North Greenville's second hit of the game, but came at a great time. First pitch is a called strike to Grace DeBoer.
Grace DeBoer is the one that's got the other hit, so might be in a good situation here as a Crusader fan. Ooh.
Watches that one, gets the outside corner, so once again, North Greenville down to their last strike.
Grace DeBoer just has to sit in here, dig in, and battle.
Able to watch that one. Goes outside for a ball.
Great eye watching that outside pitch. I mean, that's a great adjustment.
And time called. Shayna Finley tying her shoe over at second base.
Make sure you got them tied up so when Grace DeBoer rips one that you can get on your horse to go, Shayna. Don't want to pull a Prince Fielder and fall around in third.
So count now even at 2-2. And fouls that one back, stays alive.
Here we go, Deuce is wild once again. For those that don't know what Deuce is wild means, that means there's twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Grace DeBoer is putting up a fight here. And the Crusaders aren't going out quietly. They're not going to just lay down and take one.
So another full count. That ball low and away. And that wouldn't be bad for a walk to bring Megan Johnson up to the plate, as DeBoer will foul that one.
She is battling, folks. You got to give it to Grace DeBoer. She's come up here. She got down 2 strikes early, 2 straight strikes early, has battled back and gotten into a full count. Oh.
And a called strike 3, just gets the outside corner, and that will do it.
That was, even though that's a loss, I mean, that's a good 7th inning for the Crusaders. I mean, you got to give them props for coming back out and giving it their all.
Yeah, Crusaders certainly put up a good fight to get back in it. Easily could have gone out quietly, but decided to put up a fight, but ultimately came up short.
It'll be interesting to see, you know, coming up here in the next doubleheader, the second game of the doubleheader here. You know, what adjustments that the Crusaders are going to make, what are the adjustments Mount Olive's going to make, you know. We're going to probably see 2 new pitchers.
All right, so we will be back we'll probably come back online in about 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes for game number 2. So we hope you'll rejoin us in just a few moments here on the North Greenville Sports Network.